Pink Floyd's The Wall is one of my favorite albums and movies ever made. The film is one that I can watch over and over, not only because of the great music, but of what I get out of it. There are so many themes and ideas in the film that all work together and build on top of each other in order to make a unique experience with something to say. While both the album and the film are mainly about a rock star named Pink who is disconnected from reality, with some commentary on World War II, the film has a lot more going on. The one theme I want to talk about in this video though is the influence we have on people. Before going into that, I should briefly explain the movie for those that haven't seen it yet. I won't go into the whole history of the album / band or the behind the scenes of making of the movie because I think that there's already so many great videos that go over that topic. Plus it doesn't really connect to anything that I'm going to talk about. That being said, if you are a fan of Pink Floyd or the film, I would highly recommend watching videos about the history of both the album and the film because it's a very interesting story. I think the video that Vinyl Rewind has put out explains the whole story very well and very entertaining. Now that that's out of the way, let me explain Pink Floyd's The Wall movie briefly. The film basically chronicles the life of a rock star named Pink from his childhood to adulthood. In between that time, he slowly starts to build a wall with quote bricks of his life. Some of these bricks include his mother, his school teacher, and his ex-wife. Once his wall is complete, he loses his sense of reality due to him shutting everyone out around him. The film also talks about the pressures of being a huge rock star and the type of toll it can have on a person. While these topics could be a great conversation and make for a great video, I want to talk about the theme of influence and power because it's something I noticed in my most recent viewing. Close to the middle of the film, we get to see Pink and his crumbling relationship with his wife due to his career. Skip forward a bit and we get to see Pink alone and broken down while his ex-wife is at a protest meeting and starts a relationship with what seems to be the leader of the protest. While the scene is short and mainly there to show how lonely the rock star lifestyle is, it carries on to another major scene in the movie. Skip forward a bit again and Pink is done trying to have a relationship with anyone and starts closing himself fully in his wall, making him lose his grip on reality. While in his hotel room waiting to do yet another show, the manager comes into his hotel room to see him passed out with the mess that he has made around himself. The scene continues with the whole management team cleaning Pink, picking him up, and then dragging him down to the car as he struggles to understand his surroundings. Now here is where people can have different interpretations on what happens next, so I'll just continue with what is shown in the movie. On the car ride to the show, Pink transforms into some sort of dictator, probably one most resembling Hitler due to the World War II connections again, and starts to command the audience at the show to hammer down people he doesn't approve of, such as,
"Are there any queers in the audience tonight? Get them up against the wall! Yes! No! And that one looks Jewish! And that one's a coon!"
As he gives his commands, the audience doesn't think twice and starts to attack said people. Eventually he goes full on and starts to command his followers to attack people and start riots on the streets as this dictator persona he has created. The reason why I wanted to bring these scenes up is because they both show different versions of influence towards people. One being positive influence and the other negative influence, for a lack of a better term. I think that the reason why the protester leader is a positive influence is because he is trying to make a difference, even though he doesn't have a platform as big as someone like Pink does. The protester also isn't bound by contracts or tours, so they are free to contribute to society as they please in their own time. On the other hand, Pink is a bad influence for obvious reasons. I think the reason why he does become this dictator is from the fact that he actually has the power and platform to become one if he really wanted to. He has enough followers that are bound to listen to him and support him with whatever he wants to do. I guess what I'm trying to say is that they both have influence and power over others, but they use it differently. One is trying to bring peace and the other one is bitter about everything and wants to cause chaos. I know that Pink Floyd's The Wall is full of more metaphors and meanings, but I really just wanted to talk about this theme of the film because I think it's semi-relevant to what's happening in the world right now and what will always happen, I guess, in the world. Everyone has some sort of influence over others, but some of those people have more power than others and use their influence for I guess what I'm saying is that use your influence to make the world a better place rather than continuing to make it a piece of shit. If you stuck till the end and you haven't watched The Wall, I would highly recommend it. Awesome music, amazing animations, crazy visuals, and it's thought-provoking.